Hello everyone, a warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 largest moons in our local solar system. So that wouldn't include dwarf planets like Pluto or Ceres or any other new planets that have suddenly been formed, but the chance of that must be, well, minimal. So let's start our list. And starting us off at number 10 with our largest moons in the solar system is Oberon. It's a moon of Uranus, the second largest moons of that planet, of which there are 5, often pronounced deliberately wrong for comic effect. But this particular moon is 1,523 kilometers in diameter, discovered in 1787 by William Herschel, and is the outermost of the major moons of Uranus. It's named after the mythical king of fairies. Interesting. In ninth is Rhea, a moon of Saturn. It's the second largest moon of Saturn, in fact, very similar in size to Oberon, 1,529 kilometers in diameter, discovered in 1672 by astronomer Giovanni Domenico Cassini, whose name you probably recognise. The satellite was named after him that visited it recently and gave us the pictures of the moon, Enceladus and some of the other moons. A very successful mission. It's an icy body named after the mother of the gods in Greek mythology. In 8th, Titania or Titania, another moon of Uranus, the largest in fact, 1,577 kilometers in diameter, so very similar to the first two moons we looked at. Again discovered in 1787 by William Herschel. He discovered both of Uranus's moons here at the same day. Named after the mythological queen of the fairies, believed to be half rock, half water and ice, and more rocky than Rhea. In 7th place, a moon of Neptune, it's Triton, the largest satellite of Neptune in fact. A bit bigger than the first 3 moons we looked at 2,706 kilometers in diameter. Discovered in 1846 by astronomer William Lassell. He's an English astronomer. It's the only moon in the solar system to have an orbit opposite of the planet's rotation, so a bit of an oddball. Core of rock and metal with a surface of frozen nitrogen and water ice. Has active geysers as well, that's interesting. In 6th is Europa, a moon of Jupiter, one of the Galilean moons, because it was discovered by Galileo in 1610. It's larger than Pluto, the dwarf planet. It's made of silicate rock and has a water ice crust. It has a tenuous, really thin oxygen atmosphere with some other trace gases. So the surface is covered by cracks and streaks over a layer of ice, and it is rumoured there are oceans underneath, and it could actually harbour life. One day we'll actually find out, I'm sure. At number 5 is our own moon, which orbits the Earth, which I'm sure you knew. Diameter of 3,474 kilometres. It's 80 times smaller than the Earth. It controls the tides of our planet and orbits the Earth every 27 days. The distance from our planet is 384,400 kilometres if you want to drive there in your car, and it's not made of cheese. Some say it's gradually moving away from the Earth, so that'll be interesting in a few million years' time. In 4th place is Io, the moon of Jupiter, 3,660 kilometers in diameter, the most volcanic active body in the whole of the solar system with 400 active volcanoes on it. Discovered in 1610 again by Galileo, and the name is taken from Greek mythology. It consists of rock, molten iron, sulfur and sulfur dioxide frost, has lots of mountain ranges, some of them bigger than Mount Everest, as it's subjected to the pressures of the planet Jupiter. In 3rd place, Callisto, another moon of Jupiter, again discovered by Galileo in 1610, and it's a similar size to the planet Mercury, so we're getting quite big now. It's 4,820 kilometers in diameter, made of rock and ice. No real sign of any geological activity like Io, no plates. Got a very thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide. They say there's presence of water, which could make it suitable for human base in future exploration. Number 2 is Triton, the biggest moon of Saturn, 5,152 kilometers in diameter. It's the only moon known to have a dense atmosphere containing largely nitrogen, and there's clear evidence of surface water on the planet there. Discovered in 1655 by Christian Huygens, who was a Dutch astronomer. But don't get too excited, it only receives 1% of the daily sunlight that the planet Earth does due to the thick atmosphere stopping it getting to the ground. And the biggest planet in our solar system is Ganymede of Jupiter. It's the only moon known to have a magnetosphere, so i.e. that it's got an iron core. Produces this magneticism which protects it against cosmic rays. 5,268 kilometres, discovered by Galileo again. No real atmosphere to speak of, made of rock and ice, and there's very thin trace oxygen elements there in this very extremely thin atmosphere. Half the moon is cratered, half is not, so different ages of the ground there. So I hope you liked having a look at that top 10. We will occasionally look at various subjects. If you get any comments about this video or any other top 10s you want me to cover, then please put it below. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.